Hello members, this is another one of these trades that we're going to track. This is gold, and gold is actually a very interesting trade right now. I'm looking at it on the daily chart, and what it did is it put in this huge high volume top. Anytime you get a high volume top like that after a big run, so in other words, if you're looking at this thing and you see this big high volume top, and you just look back and say, okay, what kind of angle did we have? Well, we kind of had a normal angle, and then all of a sudden it went parabolic. When you do that and you throw in this kind of volume, typically that's going to create a range. So in other words, you're going to end up with some sort of a range with that as the top. And then the question is how far do you go down, right? Is it to here? Is it there? Is it going to be into this bar? My guess is it will be in this bar before it's over, and the reason for it is that's where you had the other volume. And so I suspect what's going to happen is this thing's going to build out a range in between these two price points, and you're going to want to buy the lower end of that range as it starts to build out, and you want to sell the top end of the range. Now, you want to, always in a range trade is you always want to ask yourself, is it a two-way range or is it a one-way range? Well, after you have a big blow-off move, it's a one-way range. In other words, the trend is this way now. And so, from the perspective of how do I trade it, I don't want to be shorting it. I just want to be buying it, but I want to buy it in the right spots. The first spot to buy it was where we bought it yesterday, and that was as it came back into this bar. That was the buy, and that's exactly where we bought it, right? We bought it into that buy area, did an inside day on the next day. Today it surges up. Where do you sell it? Well, the TA Today charts actually show you the resistance zone with that little red area. It was into the bottom of the big spike bar. That was the sell today. And so you were able to capture, $2.50 or a good 2.5% or whatever it is on the way back up. And now you sell out. And then the question is money management. Do you sell it all or do you sell some? Well, in my particular case, I sold 2/3 of it. I want to hold a third in case we could just keep going and get up there and test the top still. I want to have some on. But I suspect what's going to happen instead is it's going to pull back either to here or potentially down into this area next, and that's going to be the next buy. And so the ideal here is you hold some just in case, right? And then you let the rest of it go, book your gains, and then you buy some back at a lower price point. So I'll start tracking this as well. Whenever it's interesting again, I'll give you an update. It might not be every day, but we'll see how it plays out. And then we'll see where the next trade is on this little gold trade. Until then, thanks, and I'll see you next time.